Breakfast or brunch? I don't know, it's getting late. What do we got for temperature? 18.3 degrees, 47% humidity. 18.3 degrees is warm enough to be working in. That's nice. Came back out to check on the diesel heater and I don't hear anything coming from the exhaust port. Wow, got the door open. It reeks in here like fuel. Error code 6. It was nice while it lasted, less than 24 hours. Got my door latched open here. Woo! Yeah, back to error code 6. Might be a fan issue. I really don't want to take this thing apart again. Did it before. It is what it is. Not sure why I spent an entire day messing with that only to have it break on me again and give me the error code 6. It's not a battery issue, so one of three things: fan, motherboard, motor, at least according to Google, one of three things. Anyway, no longer have a diesel heater in the box truck until I get my new one put in there, so always something. Minus 7.9 outside, 18.7 in here. Seems warm enough, but it's actually not. It feels super drafty. And I noticed something. I don't know why I was even over here, but see that right there? That's the outside. That's a crack between my slide out rubber and the wall. Now obviously, as you can see, I have a strip of spray foam that once went from the wall to the rubber, but over time, I mean, I've been here for 8 years. Over time, this gap must have gotten bigger. So, yeah, now knowing that and feeling just how cold the air coming through here is, I already kind of started pulling away this old spray foam. And then I'm just gonna rip this whole strip of it off and do another bead all down along here and try and seal up that gap. Wow, that's a lot of draft coming in here. I was never able to get this rubber flush against the wall here, so I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but I can stick my fingers right in through this rubber, and yeah, that's the outside. Yeah, so that's a significant gap. I have skirting all around my slide out, and I have 2 jacks under my slide out. I guess just giving it more support. And also the catio is attached to the slide, so I can't reposition it, okay? So I kind of just have to fix it how I can without moving it at all. You know, the button is still live for putting the slide in and out, but I dasn't push it because that would probably be a disaster. So my only option at this point, I think, is to just fill that gap. I mean, that's a lot of draft. No wonder it's been freezing in here lately. I actually forgot that I had this infrared thermometer. Great thing to have, especially when you have a wood stove, especially when you live this way so you can find drafts in different areas. But let me show you the difference here. I'm going to point this, if you can see the little red line. I got it right on the glass door of my wood stove, 198 degrees Celsius. Now I'm going to point it at the stove pipe right above the stove, right there, 120 degrees Celsius. So we're in this area that should be quite warm because of the wood stove. And I'll point it right where that draft is coming in. Let's actually point it right on the metal. And 4.7 degrees. So significant difference. We've got major cold air draft coming through there, And all this, obviously this whole area is quite hot here. I'll just hit this back metal here. Even that is 41 degrees, 41.5 degrees Celsius. So yeah, major draft issue there, folks. Something else really drafty, the door. I'm gonna hit the door handle because that's always cold. There it is. 11.5, so even that over there is warmer. Don't remember where I got this. I think you can get it at any hardware store. And this one here takes like a 9-volt batteries, the little rectangular ones. Anyway, super good thing to have if you live this lifestyle, or, you know, if you have a wood stove and you just want to. That's exactly why I got this. Obviously, I was scared of things getting too hot around my walls with this wood stove here. This is a full-size wood stove, so I wanted to make sure nothing was getting too crazy hot. And I used to have my stovepipe elbow out and down, and that's exactly why I have tin up there on the ceiling. Sorry about the lights making those crazy lines. Yeah, that's exactly why I have the tin hanging from the ceiling, is because I found that by using this, my ceiling got way too hot and I was not comfortable with that. So I put the tin there, and it's got the air gap in between, and it keeps all that extra heat off my ceiling. Plus, I don't have to worry about it quite so much anymore, because when I was worried about it and put that there, it was because I had one of those barrel stoves that got like just insanely hot. Insanely hot. I have the box truck running, which I do every so many days, and you might notice something. The marker light right here, oh, here, is out now. I'm glad it's out now and didn't go out before my inspection, but that's just another reason why I like to be able to access my wiring, because I'm going to need to change that marker light. You know, it's not like it's super important. The other ones are working, but some places will actually give you a warning or fine you possibly if you have a marker light out. So yeah, gotta get that fixed. Whew, the generator took a second or two, but it did start up, thankfully. I am running the generator as I do every evening, just recharging. The power stations, I'm at 84% over here, and the Jackery, I am at 66%. Since I'm running the generator to recharge the power stations anyway, I did go ahead and plug in my 35 amp battery charger. It's a smart charger on my LifePo 4 battery under there. The only strain I really put on the LifePo 4 battery is, like in the winter time I should say, are the lights and my diesel heater when it kicks on and off depending on where the temperature's at, because I have that thermostat for it now. That's the only thing that I'm using the battery for at the moment. I'm running the fridge on the EcoFlow, I'm running the Starlink on the Jackery. Yeah, just kind of using different small systems, and seems to be working out okay for me. We just get absolutely no solar right now, and my panels are covered in hard snow that's not coming off easily. So generator it is. I only use it for about an hour in the evenings, and it recharges everything where I need them to be recharged, so I can't really complain. In the summer, I hardly run the generator ever, like at all, unless I need to use the microwave. Currently minus 8.3. That's an hour ahead. It's actually 10 to 6. But tonight is going to be a night where I'm also going to run the buddy heater in here. The reason why is my bedroom is all the way back there. The wood stove is all the way up here. It is going down to minus 10 tonight, but feels like minus 20. And trust me, when you have that feels like temperature, it really does feel like that temperature. Especially when you live in a thin-walled, thinly insulated, drafty camper. So just as an example, I mean, it's 19 out here, near-ish the wood stove. Back here to the far end of the camper in the bedroom, And if you can see that, it is 15.5 degrees Celsius. Yes, the diesel heater is set to come on, but that's also up here, far away from the bed. So I'm gonna put the buddy heater in the hallway there and face it towards the bed to keep my feet warm. You gotta do what you gotta do. RV life, baby. It's quite possibly the new year by the time you see this video, but today at the time of filming, it is Boxing Day. I worked today. No time off over here. Cheers to that. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and a great New Year's. And here's hoping 2026 is a very good year. Now that the power station is at 100%, this one's definitely not because it charges slower. 77, good enough for me. I'm not really running anything on it. Let's shut this loud thing off. There we go. Peace and quiet. A couple of you were asking what was up with the Spaceman on the EcoFlow, so let me show you. Mr. Spaceman was a gift and a pretty cool one. Let me go through the light settings on my remote here. Yeah, Mr. Spaceman gives me the northern lights in here at night, or whenever really. Can use it as a night light. It's got all kinds of different modes and colors. You can also get rid of the stars. Whoops, wrong button. You can get rid of the stars if you don't want them and just straight up have lights on the ceiling. Pretty cool. You can just have solid red, green, or blue. There's a mode that will just kind of go through all of them at the same time. This one here is my favorite. I run this one at night as a night light, along with my stars. Pretty cool. You can get those at Walmart. I also saw them at Home Depot. But I do get a lot of joy out of that thing because here in Nova Scotia we don't often see the northern lights, so it is nice to kind of have something that resembles it at night. And also it's a very nice night light. That way we don't bang our heads when we're getting up and going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, eh? Should see how these bad boys work. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Okay, that's enough. Just put brand new wiper blades on Blue Crasher. I have no idea. These are the right size. There's 126 and 117. No idea why this sits up here and not on the windshield itself, but it does. And the hoarder in me wants to... Look, I had this one on here with a zip tie. You might remember that video. Anyway, the hoarder in me wants to keep these old ones just in case something catastrophic happens with the new ones. But you can't see it's raining now. I was starting to get some bad streakage going on the windshield, so I figured it was time. Also put two brand new ones on the box truck. There was an issue with that one where when I used to put my wipers up, the blade would just fall off. So the clip broke. Decided to get two new wipers for that as well. Being a responsible adult with my Christmas gift cards. Oh, wow. Happy New Year's. It is January 1st, New Year's Day. I just got home from work. No rest for the wicked. I didn't get any time off over the holidays, which is why this video is late. Instead of it being more relaxing, it was more chaotic. Yeah. That was a fun drive, let me tell you. We got a bunch of snow and then it started to rain, so it was a slushy mess. And going up hills in second gear with tires spinning, struggling. It was actually more scary than fun, trust me. I have a few minutes before I've got to get ready and go to supper with some family. So I'm going to sit here and relax for a few minutes before I have to get on the road again. Let me know how your holidays went. How did your Christmas go? How did your New Year's go? Of course, if you celebrate those things, let me know because I am glad that they're over. Not that I don't enjoy them, it's just that it's hectic every single year, right? Now I feel like I could sleep for an entire week and maybe spend 2 weeks in complete solitude, but that could just be me. And possibly every other introvert out there on the face of the earth. I don't know. Goals, plans, dreams for 2026. Let me know in the comments below what yours are. I have been thinking about it a lot lately, and planning is something I don't like to do because life happens. Sometimes your plans don't work out, or, you know, there's tons of bumps in the road that kind of get in the way or slow you down, which is completely normal, and like I said, it's life. I do have some goals though, and goals are something you can work toward no matter what. You don't necessarily have to reach them in 2026, but working towards them is always a good idea. My personal goals, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately since it is officially a new year. I've made a few goals, and like I said, this is something I'm going to be working toward. I don't necessarily have to complete them this year, but working toward them is a good start. One of those goals is to rebuild or work toward rebuilding my financial nest egg. If you've been around on the channel for a while, you might know that I've been debt-free for the last 3 years. It is something that I'm very proud of because I worked very hard to get there. Here. And going into 2026, I am still debt-free and starting the process of trying to rebuild my nest egg. I had a good one going in 2024, and then I bought the box truck, so my nest egg went whoop, and then what else happened? Then I had to pay the tax man, which I don't even want to get into that, but my nest egg again went whoop, and then I discovered that I needed to do body work on the floor of the box truck, so again, my nest egg went whoop. So where my nest egg was once here, it is now here. And that's okay. It's a new year. We will start again. I'm going to work towards trying to rebuild that. So I just got to say, it might not be the easiest feat, and that is because I am also trying to build the box truck out. So finances that could go toward the nest egg are going toward the build. However, another one of my goals in 2026 is to try and get as much done as I can on the build. However, weather, particularly right now, isn't the best for being able to do that. So we'll see how it goes. I guess I should kind of switch that around and say that my first goal would be to work harder on that and try to get it as done as I can in 2026, and then after that focus more on my nest egg. Rory, do you think you could get a job in 2026 to help out around here just a little bit? Dude, what is that? Are you protesting? I mean, sheesh, man, you can help out a little, like, I don't know, maybe get a job at the grocery store or something? The pet store? No? I guess I'm on my own with this one, but anyway, yeah, those are my goals for 2026. Try and somewhat replenish the nest egg, if possible, while trying to build out the box truck. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, I have other smaller goals mixed in there as well, but those two are pretty important for the route I'm looking to take here. What are your goals for 2026, Rory? Sleep for 18 hours instead of 16 and groom yourself 3 times a day instead of twice a day? Eh? You have one white whisker right there. You have one single white whisker. Can I pull it? No? I guess it's kind of your trademark, eh? Your signature style. Okay. Alright, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I guess one good thing about the rain is that it's going to take care of the snow. Not a fan, you guys. Not a fan. leaving my tent shed door open this winter, it's already making a difference. You know, everything in here isn't really getting wet, obviously beyond where the door is. But the point of it is to kind of keep things from getting moldy in here. All my fishing rods got moldy last year. Yeah, at least there's some good airflow going through here. That's the other thing too, you still are going to have moisture content in your wood, and that's going to escape, and if it's completely covered in here, well, it just makes its way up to the ceiling and drips back down again. So it's good to have airflow. I'm leaving the door open for the rest of the winter because, like I said, I don't want mold in here. It's not a warm one today. -7 all day. Diesel heater's running because I'm waiting for the fire to go completely out. Gonna brush out my chimney and also the stovepipe. But check out this ice. The snow started melting last night, or sorry, yesterday, and then the temperature just dropped right out. But this, all down along this little foam seam between the cab and the box, there's just a big channel of ice, and it goes all the way down to where it started to drip under here. It's just one big rib of ice. That's crazy. This door back here is frozen. And yeah, my passenger door, I'm sure is also, yeah, no, okay, it's frozen. You excited? I bet. What the heck did I just do? I still have enough holes in here that, oh yeah, it's gonna light pretty quickly. It's gonna light pretty quickly because there's already some coals in here. Watch my fingers. Watch the digits. Look at the smoke! Ooh. Ooh, okay. Whoa. That should bring it back up to temperature in here. I shut the diesel heater off before I did any of that. I have the winter blues, you guys. It's January 2nd and I have them already. I don't know how to explain it other than like seasonal depression kind of thing. I don't get it too bad, and not everybody gets it, but a lot of us do, I think, you know, in the months that are like the worst temperature-wise and you just don't get out as much and you feel trapped inside and the sun doesn't shine as much, although it is right now, so that's nice. It's not getting through the snow and the ice on the panels, but January, February, definitely the worst winter months here, anyway. I'm trying not to complain too much because there are definitely people in other parts of the country and the world that definitely have it worse than we do here in Nova Scotia. At least our temperatures fluctuate every now and again, so we will get plus temperatures again next week. I've just never been a fan of the winter, so there's that. Okay, fire's going good. Let's close this off. Leave the draft open for a little and pay attention to our handy dandy little thermometer here. By the the way, the reason why I clean the stovepipe every 2 weeks-ish, the reason I do that is because it does fill with creosote, and for whatever reason, a lot of people in the comments think that I'm burning green wood. I'm not burning green wood. Here's my wood. As you can see, it's dry as a fart. But anyway, the problem is, see this thing right here? It literally tells you that this area of temperature is your best combustion, right? So in order to not get creosote buildup, which you can see down here, it says creosote. If I'm burning in this temperature range, this is where I get creosote buildup. In order to not have that, I need to burn up in here. And on the not so cold days when you burn up in here, it gets mighty hot in here because I have like a household size wood stove. You know, it's not a small one. And I'm not complaining because I wouldn't want something smaller than this. I like that I can fill it up and leave it for at least 6 hours or so, or more, depending. That is why I get creosote buildup sometimes when it's in this range. It's just too warm for my 28-foot RV. Hopefully that makes a little more sense. Sometimes I just get tired of people in the comments making assumptions and saying that I burn softwood and green wood, and I'm not. Okay, I just have a large wood stove and a small home. It is officially 2026. 2025 is behind us. Even though I have a little tad bit of the winter blues, I know 2026 is going to be a good year. As for last year, thank you so much for the support. You know, watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, all of those things are helpful. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I don't say it enough. And my full-time job helps fund my life in ways like bills, groceries, fuel. But you folks on YouTube watching help fund and fuel the dream. So thank you so much. Here is to 2026. Hopefully a better year for everyone that is deserving of it. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for me here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. There's where we want the heat. What is it? 350 degrees Celsius. No creosote with that, Rory. And it's cold enough out to keep it there, eh? Yeah, it's cold enough to keep it at that temperature, I would say. Whew. Warm up the old digits.